And here we go. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. It is the evening of the 23rd, I believe. Yep, of March 2019. I'm Roy Potter. This is an impromptu of the Potter Expositor. I want to welcome you as you come in. I was going to wait until Tuesday to do this, but I'm afraid it's just way too important for me to cover right now. Again, hello as you come in. And I just wanted to put this up just so that everybody's thinking about it. Uh, Remember what Jeff Cooper said. Remember, I put him up, Lieutenant Colonel Jeff Cooper, retired United States Marine Corps, and he said that the only way that you can be safe is by making the criminal fear you. He must fear you. The criminal must be taught to fear his intended victim, and there is no other way. There is no other way. Well, New Zealand has succumbed in some horrendous ways. Uh, Not only have they begun confiscating semi-automatic firearms, for one, which is taking those tools of defense away from the people who need them most, especially right now, but they're also submitting themselves almost across the board to Islam. I understand that they are having now calls to prayer, the Muslim call to prayer. The PM was wearing a hijab. I forget how you say it. I should know that. And so was the police officer. Some of the women police officers, at least one of them, protecting one of the mosques during the service. And a lot of people there are doing the same thing. Would they do the same thing for Christians if Christians were had been massacred, and would they bring out the crucifix? Well, as a matter of fact, I don't know about New Zealand. I doubt it, but I know for a fact that as we're talking right now, there's a cross in Bladensburg, Maryland, that is a memorial to the heroes and the fallen of World War One, and it's in court right now. It's the city and the people that put that monument up. Back almost 100 years ago. Well, it wasn't that long ago, maybe 70 years ago, 80 years ago, something like that, are demanding, are trying to protect it from these people that are demanding it be taken down. So, why are we bending over backwards to Islam and not protecting Christianity and the others? And the answer is because those who rule you, you cannot criticize. And we can talk about the influence of Israel and the Mossad and the Jews all day. I understand what happened in Germany and what happened during the Weimar Republic and all of the decadent and debauchery, the decadent things in debauchery that occurred. Sorry, I have a lot of things on my mind right now, and I'm trying to hurry because of some other reasons. But we're seeing the same thing happen to America. And I won't go into the details now, but as I've often pointed out, the people that control Israel are really one and the same to the people that control Saudi Arabia. I'm not going to go into it here right now, but they're two heads of the same coin. Not saying that Israel doesn't have a right to exist. I'm just saying that there are some definite problems that are happening here, and we're going down the road of the Weimar Republic if we haven't passed it yet. Trump, I think, is trying to save it, obviously. But I gotta admit, some of those things like the Golan Heights deal and some other things are troubling. But let's get back on course here. So New Zealand has submitted itself, and guess what? The Muslims didn't conquer it like they conquered Europe by invading it and killing people. They did it by being the victims, victimology, and now the entire country is basically honoring Islam without any knowledge. For lack of knowledge, my people perish. And boy, is it not the truth. Well, what's really concerning here is that Dianne Feinstein, either yesterday or today, said, or at least in the last couple of days, said that the U.S. should follow New Zealand's example. Now, she's talking about confiscating the weapons. But I wouldn't be surprised with all the other liberal things that are going on if she doesn't also mean this kowtowing to Islam. And that's what I'm going to call it. Okay, that's what I'm going to call it. This is very troubling. Dianne Feinstein took an oath to defend the Constitution of the United States, and obviously, she's been trying to undermine it for years. She stands up for a few good things, but this stuff on the Second Amendment and now this Islamic business and the border problem are showing her true colors. Not that she hasn't shown them before, but you know these people that get into office and then think that they can alter the meaning, and the meaning of the Second Amendment and the First Amendment are just as they're stated. And unfortunately, who is supposed to enforce that? Well, it should be the DOJ, and they don't. They go with the winds of politics. There should be some things that are, well, there are some things that are unalienable and non negotiable, and the Bill of Rights are those things. And here we go with Dianne Feinstein wanting us to follow in the footsteps of New Zealand and become conquered people. And that's what you are when you're disarmed and you're told that you need to put on hijabs and hajibs, whatever they are. Like I say, I should know. But you get my point. Okay, Nancy Pelosi is demanding that all of the Mueller report be revealed to them, that no classified sections fail to get to them. Well, isn't that interesting? So here we have Nancy Pelosi saying they want to see everything. Okay. I'm calling on President Trump. And again, I don't know what your timetable is, but you know what? I think you need to just go ahead and declassify everything right now. They want to see everything? Give it to them, President Trump. Declassify everything. Everything. Let's show all the traitors and the criminals and what they've done to try to overthrow this government and to take advantage of the American people, indeed enslave them, interfere with their rights, interfere with the election. They're the ones that did that. Declassify everything. Pelosi wants to see it all. Give her what she asks for, President Trump, and do it now. Finally, and I'm going to end here. Headlines with a voice. Ms. Nancy Morgan Hart. She just put out a video this evening, and it's called Benedict Arnold helping analyze the Mueller report. Go look at it. It's about a 2.5-minute video. It's very important. I think that you need to see it. I'm hoping that this isn't an effort to keep the institutions so protected that they don't clean them out. But she said something at the very end when she does her little commentary right at the end there. She said something that was very important. She says, and talking to Rod Rosenstein and these coup plotters and traitors in the deep state and elsewhere. I was surprised she said this. She's getting pretty militant, but I have to agree with her. Okay, I have to agree with the thing in principle. In principle. And what she said is, go listen to it. She says, I have 2 words for you, criminals and traitors. Athens, Tennessee. And if you don't know what that is, I think most of you probably do. Go look it up. Not calling for violence, but they keep shutting down our First Amendments, First Amendment rights, censoring us, not doing anything about it, and now talking about taking away our weapons. And now, are you going to cover up Rosenstein? Are you going to cover up all the crimes that you and your cohorts have committed? Well, I can understand Nancy Morgan Hart calling for that you all remember, everybody remember, Athens, Tennessee. Okay, that's all I've got. Sorry I stumbled around a little bit. I'm having to hold the camera, and actually it's my phone because I wanted to do this quick. What is wrong with righteous violence? It's a last resort. That's what's wrong with it. It's a last resort. And we need to do it with competent sheriffs, competent mayors, competent authority, constitutional supporting mayors, sheriffs, governors, things like that, and President Trump himself. You don't go out there and start these types of things on your own, okay? Because that's all they do is pick you off. All right, you don't do it like that. All right, and plus we've got to give this thing a chance to get fixed. Donald Trump has done a wonderful job keeping this thing from going violent with all the horrible things that have happened. You know, even I have been calling out for him to use the military and the marshal's office and the DHS and to go after these people. And you know, he's held off. He's held off. He's trying to keep the country together. But he can't lose the initiative. He must keep the initiative and he must act. And we're all calling for him because you can show mercy, but if that's all you show is mercy and you don't balance it with justice, which is the real truth, I told you about that before. In the scheme of things, justice and mercy have to be balanced, and that balance is called real beauty. That's really what beauty is the balance of justice and mercy. Well, justice needs to be dealt out now to those who have tried to destroy our republic. I mean, we haven't been operating really under the republic for a long time, but this has gone even further than that. This coup to try to take it down the road of socialism and leftist Marxism and full blown tyranny. So Trump needs to act. Justice needs to be served. These coup plotters and these other criminals and traitors, including what they tried to do with his executive order he signed on December 21st in 2017 about people who are trying to steal our resources. Think about what happened at Bundy Ranch and the American people that stood up there and demonstrated against that encroachment by the UN and Agenda 21 conducted through the Department of the Interior and the Bureau of Land Management, for and in behalf of Hillary Clinton and Harry Reid. Okay? Americans stood up. President Trump, you can't let them do these things and not support them. We have supported you. It's time that you support us in principle, in the principles that we support, by acting to protect those principles. Okay. I've already talked about that nani about this supposed deal. Maybe, maybe not. Go back and look at my last video that I put up. I talk about it a little bit. Okay. Five Eyes are the intelligence communities in Canada, Britain, the United States, New Zealand, and Australia. Okay, they're the same people that were all involved in the coup. MI6, um, Downer, all of those people. Australian intelligence, New Zealand intelligence, all Five Eyes were out in this coup, which was really a coup against us, the American people. Okay. All right, I'm going to go. Thanks for everything. Shabbat. Yes, I waited until this evening to do this. Okay, thanks so much. Take care. We'll talk to you later, Ackner.